Hey everybody, it's 7Demo7, and as you guys know, I've been building a lot of mini quads lately, so I thought I would just go over this one here. This is a Shrike 200. It's the newest quad in my fleet here. Now I have three kind of X-style quads. I have my 195, my 200 now, and my 210, which is actually 214 millimeters. First off, just the parts list mainly. I'm going to go over here. First off, the motors are the new Emax RS2205S motors. These are if they have a denotation of an S, that means it's the newest batch. You can tell also because they're shorter and they carry the weight a little bit lower in the motor. And these are the 2300 kV, not the 2600 that I'm running on this Copter. Running DYS 20 amp BL helis. These are Opto ESCs. I just borrowed these from another build that I had that's kind of has some parts missing from it. I'm using the Eachine ER200R VTX. This is a 40 channel 200 milliwatt VTX, and unfortunately it came in RP SMA, which I hate. I don't know if you guys hate it as much as I do. That means I had to put a little adapter on here to put my antennas on, because all my antennas are SMA instead of RP SMA. So that's, I'm going to hopefully clean this up a little bit. And the props are so close here, and this antenna is so stiff that I basically had to run this down here instead, which is not a problem. I haven't had any problems with reception at all. I'm running this little cap. Actually, people have told me it's actually kind of a big cap. I think it's 1,000 microfarads, 25 watt, and 105 degrees. And that's just to help clear up some of the voltage spikes that happens with the high kV motors and lots of power that we're running through here. Have my Team Legit battery strap. These are really nice. They're the silicone, the ones that have silicone on the inside. It helps grab your battery a little bit better. Now, as far as flight controllers go, this is the X-Racer F303 SPI racing board, and this is the one that runs 8 kilohertz gyrosync, and this is also, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that this only runs acro, because I only run acro anyway. But this is, it basically kind of simplifies the board. You don't have to set up any flight controls or flight modes, I should say. Running my original pre-production run cam Eagle. This is the 16:9 version here, and I believe I replaced this lens with a slightly wider lens, which really helps things out. I like the 16:9 when you have a wider lens on it. I think it came with a really narrow lens to start with. Having the X4R receiver down here, it's depinned, and I'm running the antennas up here. Now, I learned my lesson with this one. You can see that I have one long antenna here and one very, very short one. This one's gotten chopped a few times, so I made these much shorter, because in a crash, when I would roll over into the dirt, these would bend over and just get chopped off, so not good. Alright, anything else on the build? So I have VTX, RX, and yep, everything's good. And so it basically has an integrated flight control board. Basically, it has a integrated PDB, which outputs 12 volts here and 5 volts on the other side, somewhere over here, in the front actually. The one real interesting thing about this frame is that it has these metal standoffs, and there's a long bolt that goes here from the bottom all the way up through, and you put a lock nut down on the top of this, and then you put this standoff directly on top of the lock nut, which is right on top of the board here. So there's no other surrounding structures like in these other two quads that help hold it together. So pretty interesting that the footprint is very small. I like the way they did this as well. They basically allowed you to use your own camera mount, which is an impressive thing, or it's a smart thing, because you just put your camera mount on here, and then any camera that you use can be used with this frame. I have always had a lot of problems with the camera slipping out, and these little carbon things here, it tends to move. Sometimes if you have a hard landing, or let's say if you're in a race and you hit the ground and you come back up and you're still up and flying, if your camera is pointed down to the ground, it's not a good thing. So I like this, that I'm able to use my standard run cam camera mount, so that everything fits really well and as it's intended. Very short standoffs. I mean, compared to this one here, you take a look. This is very tall compared. It's probably about 5 to 10 millimeters, 5 to 7 millimeters shorter than everything else. It's a very low profile Copter. The arms are milled in a way that you can slide a battery strap underneath here. So you're not trying to wedge this battery strap underneath your flight control board, which is what I really love. I use this 3M sticky backed self-adhesive I don't even know what this is called. I'll put a link in the description below, but this helps your battery from sliding around. Anyway, let's take a look at how much this thing weighs compared to the other copters I have. It's very close from what I remember here. Let me push this up a little bit so we can see. I'll turn this on. And so we're zeroed out there. Just get this all on here. 321 grams, okay. And this is my record holder, my 2-day record holder at 109 miles an hour, 319 grams, so this is just a couple grams lighter. Not by much. And this one here is 349 grams. This is the X210 V Plus, which is the second version of this frame from Banggood. So these are all really similar. The only real difference that you're going to have is basically the wingspan. 195, 200, and 214, which is what I believe it comes out to. So anyway, really similar copters. They're all about the same amount of difficulty to build. Some a little bit more than others, but they're all about the same. They fly very similarly. I'm actually running the same PIDs on all three of these copters, even though they are different in wingspan. But if you guys are interested in the PIDs, I can always put them in the description below. So guys, stay tuned. I'm going to have a flight video of this copter out at Kite Hill, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining my video.